Well, we're getting deep here, right? With this spiritual convo related to strengths. But hey, you know what? We're soulish people. We're soulish beings. There's a lot of deep parts to us, and some of them are wonderful and some of them are weird. Some of them are beautiful and some of them are broken. Okay, so what do we do with the mixedness of our hearts and the misapplication sometimes of our strengths? Well, what did the psalmist do in Psalm 139? He says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxious thoughts, and see if there is any hurtful way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way." Well, we know there's hurtful ways in us, but show me any blind spots that I can't see, because so many people do the wrong thing and think they're right. Correct? How much wrong has been done in the name of religion? In fact, C.S. Lewis said, of all evil men, religious evil men are the worst. So, the only thing worse than doing something that's really wrong is doing something really wrong and feeling really justified, like somehow you're doing God's work. So we all need to watch out, and we need to bring our hearts before the Almighty and say, examine us. And so all of this kind of concludes the foundation that I utilize for looking at strengths. Strengths are not Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. They're not the gospel. It's just a tool, but what a wonderful tool, right? We talked about fire in our last video. Fire on the grill, in the grill, is a wonderful thing. And a spatula is a wonderful thing, right? Tongs are wonderful things for grilling, for cooking. We need these tools, and they're good tools. So strengths is simply a tool. And it's a tool to help you see the good things that God has baked in to you and into your neighbor. And so we ask for him to give us eyes to see not only our dark sides and what we need to deal with, but also the wonderful sides of our neighbors and even of ourselves. I want you to be able to see your strengths and savor them and celebrate them. In fact, if you go back to the earlier verse that we used, he says, "I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made." I really deeply believe that the more you realize the gifts God has given you and the work of art you are, the masterpiece that you are. Ephesians 2:10 says that we are his workmanship. See, when we see ourselves as his artwork, his handiwork, his masterpieces, that we're a piece of the master, you can't help but feel gratitude. I think it actually humbles you as you see both the wonder and the wickedness that can be inside of us. It's all true, but the wonder of God's goodness in the form of these strengths, whether it be achiever or whether it be woo or whether it be relate or any of these strengths, they're gifts. No one had to teach them to you. They're God-given. And so we're going to develop them now. Now we're going to shift from some of the spiritual foundation to the strengths theory. And then we'll look into the actual strengths one by one and we'll unpack them. Thanks for being with me. We will catch you on the flip-flop. Bye-bye.